Hi everyone, I'm doing another sketchbook tour. I know, 6 months later, can you believe it? I have another one to show you, and I'm really excited about this one as well because it's just a cute little A5 one, and I was really happy with myself, really impressed with myself, if I may say, that I had it done so soon after my last one, because it normally takes me much longer than that. But what's it called? Without further ado, I'm like stuck for words today. I am going to show you my 2021, I guess, sketchbook. Yeah, okay. So, I don't know if you can see here, I started on the 30th of December and finished today, the 4th of June. So I'm really happy about that. That's, I think, the fastest I've completed a sketchbook ever, to be honest. But here we go. So if any of you watched my last sketchbook tour, you'll remember that I had this character, Rune. She's one of my OCs. She's everywhere. She's possibly even more prevalently drawn in this sketchbook. So I won't explain every single page unless I feel like I need to, or if there's something kind of important about it. A lot of what I've drawn in these pages are referenced from like Pinterest photos, so I'll point them out when I get to them. This one was referenced by Esther J. Coe. I found a photo on Flickr anyway, so I just got that from her. Just some sketching around. I had got like some new gel pens, and I was just trying them out. Okay, I know I literally just said I'm not going to explain every page, but I really like these pages actually. They are like little concept drawings for some magnets that I designed. I'll put like a picture up on the screen to show you how they kind of turned out. So these were just the ideas for them, and yeah, so there's a gallery that I'm a part of in my hometown, so I just kind of thought like, oh, it'd be nice to have something small and cheap enough but cute at the same time for me to sell, so I'm not always like stressing over painting or anything. So yeah, those were cute and I liked them. This is another original character called Logan, so he often dyes his hair, which is why he always shows up with multicolored hair if he shows up in my sketchbooks. These were a couple of preparatory sketches for a Pokemon Gijinka commission I had like a long time ago, but then I ended up just finishing everything on my iPad, so that was all I got to. More Rune. I really like this page actually. I love this drawing. It's probably one of my favorite drawings in the entire sketchbook. I also really like that full body one of her in her coat. I think it just looks so cozy. Oh yeah, I don't like this page at all. I'm not too fond of this one, but it was really just, I'd bought myself like a bunch of new Tombow markers, and I was really curious to just test them out and try them. I also, you'll see in the rest of the sketchbook, I really get into using like stars and shapes and stuff to kind of fill in space. I think it's a really cute way to do that, and it makes it look a little bit more finished, but it kind of removes the pressure to fill in like literally every corner. I'm just explaining every page, aren't I? That's fine, whatever. These are all important. So this is Basil. At the beginning of the year, I actually started streaming on Twitch some Pokemon Nuzlocks, and this was from my Pokemon Black Nuzlocke, my Simisage Basil. I haven't actually streamed in months now because just stuff came up, stuff happened over Christmas that caused me to lose a lot of motivation and like excitement about streaming and whatever, so I just kind of like disappeared after a little while and I just didn't return to it. I would like to sometime, but these are just Gijinkas of the Pokemon that, like, you know, my MVPs and stuff. Then I finished the Pokemon Black one, and I started a Pokemon Black 2 randomizer Nuzlocke, and my starter was a Raikou, which was interesting. He did die, and then like not long after I stopped playing, so I didn't really get very far in that playthrough. Oh yeah, here I got like a bunch of new like coloured liner pens, so I had a lot of fun testing those out and sketching with them. I got really into it for like several pages. I really like these pages actually. I don't know what it is. I think I just completely let go of any like worries about making mistakes and stuff, and I just drew freehand. Sometimes they worked out, and like you can see here I had like some sketch lines drawn for her arms here, and I didn't like how that looked, so I just redrew them with you know, with her hands on her hips. But I like that. I liked not having to kind of worry too much about preparatory sketching and stuff and just going for it. These are all OCs, by the way. Here's Logan again, that's him properly. These 4 characters, I think I had them in my last sketchbook as well, but not very prominently. This is Reese, Logan, Sven and Tig. Oh yeah, I did have them in my last sketchbook. Okay, never mind. Rune again, sometimes I like imagining her in like various other scenarios, or like how would she look or how would she act if she was brought up in this type of a family setting, or if she, I don't know, if she lived in a fantasy setting, or if she lived in like a whatever. I kind of use her to experiment with different looks and stuff, because normally she's a very kind of like happy and peppy character, so sometimes it's fun to just have an excuse to draw her looking a bit miserable. Some Persona 5 characters, teachers mainly. Revisiting a design of this like knight woman that I had in my last sketchbook as well. I don't know if you can see, oh yeah, the metallic pen that I used on her uniform here. I thought that was a nice little touch. I generally, if I don't know what to draw, a lot of the time I'll end up drawing all of these little kind of floaty, deific characters. It's fun. Oh yeah, so these are all of my, not all of my OCs, but like in this particular kind of like world, these are all like the main, these 4 are the main characters. He's the main character, but the 4 of these are the main characters, and then these are like the secondary ones. I know it's very sexist, all the main ones are guys and all the secondary ones are girls, but I made them up when I was like a teenager, so they haven't really moved on since then. Okay, so here, oh yeah, this one is referenced from Pinterest. These 2 characters here, this one is a redraw of an old character that I drew like God knows when. I was a teenager, I think. I had created like a whole Elite Four, Pokemon Elite Four original characters kind of thing. So she was like the psychic type trainer. But this is what she looks like now. She actually, her concept was very similar to how like Caitlyn in Pokemon Black and White turned out. And then this one was based on also another gym leader that I had created. Like, I think I was even younger. I might have been like 10 or 11, maybe even 9. I had like this full roster of gym leaders that I created, and one of them was like an ice type trainer called Fiona. I don't know why I picked that name, but she was all like boring and she was just really, she was just a non-event. And then I gave her a sister, and I'll also put up kind of like a finished image of how their designs ended up, and I was really happy with them. I thought they ended up really cool. So that's them just in sketch form. They were like an electric and ice type gym leader. So these were all the preparatory sketches for the Diamond and Pearl main character outfit design video that I did. So this is just where a lot of those designs came from. People really liked Barry's puffy coat, which I understand. He seemed far too cold before. And there's Cynthia, the sketches for her. I don't know why, but I really like this loose sketch that I did of her. If it would focus. There. I just really like it. This was a sketch of a photo that I took like in the beginning of January. It was like a really nice, you know, one of those really super cool mornings where it's really like refreshing and crisp, but then the sun was shining on like the tops of the trees as well. So it looked really beautiful. And I tried to kind of capture it here. It didn't really work, but because the intensity of the colors were really strong. So I did a proper painting of it. And yeah, I love that painting. In fact, I might try to do it again because it's actually sold, and I liked it a lot. So I'd like to kind of try it again. This was a redesign of Candice, which I don't really like. I like the redesign, I just don't like her face. So just continuing with the Diamond and Pearl redesigning. You've seen a lot of these sketches before, like in the what is it, Team Galactic admin design video that I did like a while ago. Well, they were part of the video, it wasn't just centered on them. I really didn't like how Jupiter came out actually. This was referenced from Pinterest. Oh yeah, and then these were just like notes that I took for my magnets of like the thickness of the clay and stuff. This is Rune's brother, Rudy. He never really appears in anything, but I just felt like drawing him. And then there was a lot of space here, so I just put in a little flower. This I just decided I wanted to draw some random character designs, nothing special. This drawing kind of came out of nowhere. I did it all with, oh no, I did it with some acrylic gouache and then some Posca markers as well. I had like a grander vision for it, which didn't really work out, but whatever. And then these, I'm so annoyed with myself. I didn't actually write the name of the website that I got them from. I don't know. I'm kicking myself over the fact that I didn't write it down. But it's one of those websites where it's like you have like a slideshow of various poses and stuff that you can just quickly draw. I love this drawing. I also got this from a photo on Pinterest, and it's probably one of my favorite pages in the sketchbook. I just really like how it turned out, how it's so like energetic. I also filled in like the background with like actual white paint, so the creamy coloredness of the paper kind of came through on her and made her look really warm, and I don't know, I really like it. These were some Pokemon sketches that I did for a friend online, and they were just like little preparatory drawings. I ended up doing it digitally. This is from Pinterest. This is from when I discovered that Thumbelina was on Disney Plus, and I used to watch that film so much when I was little, and my boyfriend and I watched it like a while ago, and it's not as good as I remember. It's very cringy, but she was one of the characters that kind of like inspired the look for Rune. These are all Pinterest photos, and I also really like how this page looks. I know it's really like simple and there's a lot of empty space, but I just like how graphic it is. More Rune. This is kind of around the time I like the last couple of months I've really been getting into yoga, and it's really, really good. Not that I ever doubted that it was good, but anyway, I just drew a couple of poses. More rune again. Oh, so these are, this is Purple Palace, or The Purple Palace. Her name's Shayna anyway, she's on YouTube. Oh my god, I hope it's Shayna. Anyway, so it's The Purple Palace, and then this is Naomi John. And I just found some photos on their Instagrams that I really liked, so I just drew them. My characters, my boys, again, I recently bought myself like the Final Fantasy Ultimanium books, the archive kind of design books, and I was looking through the kind of the old Final Fantasy 4, 5 era sprite work, and I just really wanted to draw my characters all cute and chibi. And then this piece is covering a drawing that I referenced from Instagram. Sorry, not Instagram, Pinterest. This is just a random fairy. Oh, actually, that's why I drew it, because I discovered my favorite artist, or one of my favorite artists of all time, Yoshitaka Amano. He's on Instagram, so I followed him, and then I was like, oh, I remember the days when I used to just basically copy his work. So I think that was very obviously inspired by that. More cute, I don't know if you can see that very well. Just more of my characters being silly. And I don't like this page at all. I don't even think I used a reference, which is why I don't like it. It's very like disproportionate and boring and crap, so we'll move on. Okay, this is, if you don't play Animal Crossing, you won't know who this is. He's supposed to be a chicken called Nox. He's a villager in my New Horizons game, and I love him so much. For some reason, I actually really like the cranky characters, a lot of them, not all of them, but Nox is a fashion icon. I would never have expected it, but this was his outfit on Easter, and you know, chef's kiss. It was it was great. Some more little fairies. I bought like a box of markers from Wish as well, so this was just a test page. This is another kind of Final Fantasy-esque design. Not esque, it's just Final Fantasy. And then that was it in colour, and then I did it in digital format as well, so I'll put that up on the screen somewhere. More rune, more fashion-y kind of stuff. All of these outfits were referenced from Pinterest. Oh yeah, okay, so again, going back to the Final Fantasy, hypothetical Final Fantasy world that I was mentioned many times in my last sketchbook tour. Years and years and years and years ago, I came up with like, you know, another race, I guess, like a fantasy race of like cat people. I know, very original, called the Feleshka. So I just suddenly felt like I wanted to redraw them, try and kind of like redevelop them a little bit concept-wise. So these were just kind of like practicing actual cat faces for a bit, and then I kind of moved on into more cartoonish versions of them. And then at the end I just ended up doing kind of like a height chart for like what would be kind of like the small cat Feleshka and then the big cat Feleshka, and then that was it. I stopped there. So this was kind of like the first sketch for that, but then, yeah. Oh yeah, these were the preparatory sketches then for the Final Fantasy Persona 4 drawings, which I also did in a video a couple of videos ago, so you can see where all of how all of those designs ended up. This is just a mess. I really didn't know what to do that day. I had drawn some more Pinterest images, and then I felt like adding paint, and then it became this, and there's a headless girl, and I don't know, it's a mess, and I don't like this stage at all, but you know, that happens. Then I don't know, I was just messing around. And this is referenced from Pinterest. This is from exploretraveler.com. So there you go. That's what that's from. This is another Final Fantasy summon idea. Some collage that I was really inspired by Art by M for. That sentence made no sense, but you know what I mean. Then this is also a video that I did not too long ago. This is kind of like my interpretation of the summon Garuda from Final Fantasy. I know Garuda is obviously not like the origins of Garuda aren't Final Fantasy-ish, but this was kind of like my take on a Final Fantasy Garuda. A still life, which I never ever do, so I surprised myself there. This is another Pokemon OC that I had many years ago. He was a Professor Baobab, and his wife, Professor Laurel. I just felt like redrawing them. A lot of the time, what I like to do is go back to very old art and stuff that I drew when I was like a teenager or a child or whatever, and just redraw characters that I did then. So they're a cute couple. I don't know what they study, what they're professors of. It doesn't matter. I love these two pages. Again, both referenced from Pinterest. I just read Princess Polly AUS down here, so that's probably what that photo's from. But I really like how this one turned out. I think it's just so elegant and feminine. So is this one, but this one took me a lot longer to kind of get to this point. All the little bugs in it are actually like from a washi tape that I have. But I'm not like 100% on it. Her face is a bit weird, but I still really like how these two pages look together. This page is also a bit of a mess. I absolutely can't stand this drawing. It's again of like my characters, Reese and Logan. You can get a better idea from there. But I got this really cool red Muji pen, and I really wanted to do something with that. This is also referenced from Pinterest. I realised my mum had some old markers in her studio, so I kind of stole a few of them. And that's that. More rune. This is supposed to be a portrait of my cat. His name is Dudley. He's very cute. He doesn't wear the collar anymore actually, but and then this is just a random black cat that I found online. But yeah, cute. More collage. These are some self-portraits. They're not very good, but I just wanted to, I just felt like drawing some like silly expressions. This page is probably the worst of the whole bunch. It's really the most like doodly page I think I've ever done. This page is so empty. It's abysmally bad. There's no structure or anything to it, but you know, it was just one of those days. And at this point I was so close to the end of the sketchbook anyway that I was really like, I wanted to kind of get on with it and finish it up. More drawing of rune. These are both from Pinterest, and I actually really like how this page ended up. It's like super simple, but I don't know, I just like it. Then this is my character Reese. I actually only did these yesterday. A little happy pride picture, and then just some kind of like little cutesy drawings of him as well. Like you can tell my motivation was completely out the window at this point. And this is the last page. Just a kind of fairy, I guess. Because apparently now I draw fairies when I'm not really sure what else to draw. But that's it. That's the last page. I have a little quote here at the end by Alan Watts. The meaning of life is just to be alive. It is so plain and so obvious and so simple, and yet everybody rushes around in a great panic as if it were necessary to achieve something beyond themselves. It's probably a little bit cheesy, but it's comforting to me. I like it. And that's it. I don't know if I kind of rushed through that a little bit too much, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. And I'm really excited to get onto my new sketchbook, which is a little bit bigger. This one was fine. I realised that I don't actually enjoy cream coloured pages that much. You know, I mean, like, it worked out fine, but it does kind of affect marker colours and stuff if I want. So I'm excited to try my next one, which has whiter pages. But yeah, so that was my sketchbook tour. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye!